Hello, hello. Letting Zoom and Facebook do its thing. Happy day to anyone watching. Can't remember when exactly it shows you that I'm on, so hopefully we're good to go. Yes. Okay, cool. Video's a little weird, but I'm seeing captions, so maybe you can hear me. All right, let me check a few things and then we'll get rocking and rolling. If you are here, drop a comment, let me know. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if you are new to the group. I'm just gonna see if I'm showing up for you guys. Right. I am. Let's see if I can hear myself. Good to go. Okay, cool. Let me know when you're watching. I'm gonna have my comments down here on the phone so that way I can engage with you guys. That is the goal. This is the monthly goddess chat. So nope, it's not. Can you tell I have not? I got my coffee right here. First cup of coffee of the day. This is our connections chat. And so once a month, I come in and it's an opportunity for me to pull a card, for us to, connect in the chat. So please do that, engage with other sisters, talk with me, ask questions. And then it's an opportunity for me to go over what's happening this month, event-wise and offering-wise. I do post the calendar every month, but I like to come on live and just talk a little bit about what's happening, because sometimes you can only feel into the energy of an experience so much by reading the word. So to hear someone kind of explain and talk about it, you can better know if it's really resonating and something that you want to dive into. So if you are here for it, let me know. All right, cool. All right, looks like there's a few of you watching. Hopefully I'll be able to see comments. If not, I'll come back and chat with you for sure. My name is Leah Pegram. I am lucky enough to be the admin of this Facebook community, this global sisterhood space. I am a circle and retreat facilitator, a ceremonialist, an embodiment guide. I feel really called to work with sisters on connecting to the energy of the sacred feminine, to remembering pieces of ourselves, that beauty, power, magic, truth, voice, heart, like whatever it is for you. So I like to say I'm a guide for remembrance. I'm really passionate about the medicine of sisterhood. And so that is a big reason why this space exists. It is a space for us to connect with each other, to form relationships, to support, to be supported, to ask questions, get curious about things, and lean in to the resources available in the form of all of the amazing, incredible sisters that have been magnetized into this space. It continues to blow me away when someone is either seeking support or just asking a general question for recommendations, or even if there's confusion around a certain topic. Just the influx of wisdom that is dropped into this space from all of you is so beautiful. And the loving, unconditional, non-judgmental support that you all continue to offer to each other is incredibly beautiful. And I think it's why this community space continues to expand and evolve. I think we've had this group for maybe 5 years now. I need to look and see when we'll hit that 5-year mark. We're either 4 or 5 years. Oh, here's some comments. Here we go. Hi, Justina, Rebecca, Teresa, Marlene. Hi, Katie, Angela. Yes. Okay, cool. So there might be a little bit of a delay, but I will, I'll chat with you. So if any questions come up, let me know where in the world you are. This has become a global sisterhood space. I'm rooted in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for those that are new to this space. So a lot of the in-person events that you'll see shared here do take place in North Myrtle Beach, Conway, South Carolina, the Grand Strand. You'll hear me reference the Grand Strand. And so that's everywhere from Cherry Grove Beach all the way down to, Garden City. I don't know if Georgetown, South Carolina is considered part of the Grand Strand, but then even out into Conway, Loris Longs. So there's this entire area with all of these cities and towns within it, and we refer to it as the Grand Strand. So that's what I mean if I say that, but I also have experiences in other areas. So you'll hear me reference, retreats or festivals or other things I'm involved with, like that are in different areas. For example, one of the reasons I'm late this month at the connections chat and the calendar is that I went to Floyd Yoga Jam last week, Labor Day weekend. Where are we now? Yeah, okay. So a little bit ago, Labor Day weekend, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And it's in the mountains of Virginia. So it is in an area called Willis, Virginia, where I actually used to live in Floyd, Virginia, which is right outside of that. So I was invited to go back and facilitate Sister Circle. And I did that last year at the festival, invited to come back this year. And I facilitated a circle on Saturday of the festival and Sunday. And it was absolutely incredible. It was so incredible to just see and feel the call that sisters are having in their heart to gather in these kind of spaces. I mean, like, imagine there's this like festival going on with like live music and numerous tents with yoga and workshops and other things going on. Then you have like all of the delicious food vendors and the shopping vendors, and up on the top of this mountain in a quieter area, underneath a tent, right next to a labyrinth, surrounded by trees, here I was, like, in this space, creating a call for women to gather, right? I'm like, join me in circle. We're doing this together, but I really don't want to sit up here alone. So let's do it together. And anytime I hold circle, I have this thought in my mind, like, am I going to be the only person that shows up? And if that happens, then I would be in circle and in ceremony with myself. But gosh, on Saturday, the sisters just kept walking up that hill. And I think we had around 60 to 70 women that felt the call during that festival, during the business of all of that, to sit and be still with each other. And then on Sunday, it's a little quieter of a day. People are packing up and heading home, but we still had like 30 women. And it's not about the number, right? You can have the most incredible, powerful circle with 3 women, right? Like with 2 women, I like to say 3 because it's a little more than like the one-on-one experience, but with 3 women, the power of a circle that can happen, right? But the reason I mention the number is that I have chills. It's the ripple effect. It's the collective, I don't want to say longing, but heart knowing that we're supposed to come back to these spaces. And so anyways, I'm kind of off on a tangent, but I'm so passionate about this. And that's really where all of this stems from, where this group kind of was birthed from, is the medicine of Sister Circle. And I had someone comment in the group here recently on a post that was new to the group and was wondering, like, what even is a Sister Circle? So it actually ties in nicely right now, because I was going to mention it today in this call. What is a Sister Circle? So if you hear me reference this, if you hear me call it medicine, and you're like, what even is this? What I mean is a way for women to gather, for sisters to gather in the actual shape of a circle. So there's no hierarchy. I'm co-creating the experience with everyone I sit with. I may prompt topics of conversation or journal prompts, or maybe guide an embodiment practice or a breath work of some sort, or a ceremony or ritual during the experience. But the medicine and the sharing and the vortex is held by every single sister that feels the call to sit in that space. And circles have been happening throughout time, all over the world. Thousands of years ago, people were living in communities and villages and tribes. And so circle was a very common way of communicating. It's a very ancient way of communicating. It's an ancient art, really. And women specifically would gather around the sacred fire, right? To cook, to, do crafting or create things for the village, the community, or the tribe, to share wisdom around, like, raising the children, to grieve when there were losses in the community, to make plans on what needs to be adjusted and adapted to based on what was happening, within their world. And if you've heard of the Red Tent, a big shout out to Alyssa and Stevie, some local sisters here who really have the passion for that and are sharing Red Tent with the area. But women used to bleed together in tents and share about their cycles, right? So sisters have been gathering in this way throughout time. Men and women have been gathering in this way throughout time. It was a way where communities could come together and all have a say and all look at each other in the eyes and say, like, I see you, I hear you, and you matter. And then throughout time, with the rise of well, with colonization and then the rise of, industrialization, the patriarchy, even more recently with the rise of like the digital age, all of us have kind of been spread out and put into our own little personal silos, right? And so now we're going through life feeling completely alone. And like, yeah, we're connected through social media, but there's a disconnect there too. And so it can feel like what we're moving through, the heaviness is only ours to carry, only our burdens to bear. We're the only ones that ever feel this way. No one understands us. And this life, right, where souls here having a human experience, the human piece of that can really suck sometimes, right? I mean, there's lessons in it and there's beauty in it, but there's some suffering that can take place. There's some heaviness, there's some heartache. And circle is a space to bring that and to be seen in that. And it's also a place to celebrate, right? Life can be beautiful. Life is beautiful. Life is magical. There's incredible things happening in the world. And circle is a space for that, to celebrate each other, to say, oh, you're so incredible for doing that. I see you. I celebrate you, right? I think circle is a place for finding clarity, right? Not necessarily from other women sharing or sisters sharing in the space, though that happens, but I think clarity in remembering your connection to yourself and your own heart and your own truth. It's a space for, I'm hesitant to use the word safety, right? Because I don't feel like we can ever guarantee a safety of a space, but I feel like we can work really hard to hold an integrity of a space. And through that, there's a safe energy. There's the sacredness of, okay, I can be held here. I can be vulnerable here. I can step into my courage and be in all that I am. And circle is definitely a place for that. And because we, all of us here in this space, the facilitators that have gone through my Return to Circle program and are holding now circles all over. So if you're in a different city, if you're not in the Grand Strand of South Carolina, you want to sit in circle, let me know where you are. I'll connect you with a facilitator if we have one. If not, I'll help you do internet research to see if there's a circle existing. And then if there's not, I'll help you bring one. But there's circles all over the world happening now. And because we're all circling, this ripple effect will continue. And our daughters and sons and granddaughters and grandsons and great granddaughters and great grandsons will know circle medicine. A beautiful example of that is like my daughter, who's 3, has been sitting in circle always. She was in my womb in circle. She was an infant in circle. And now a big shout out to Rocky Cabrera, who's here in this space and a local sister. She's holding children's circles. So my daughter has sat in circle at age 3 already. And so that's the vision, right? Like that's the goal, is for everyone to know a circle. I sometimes reference like the Oprah thing, like you get a circle, you get a circle. Like that's kind of how I feel like if everyone had access to this, right? Virtual circles are really beautiful. I know there's some sisters that share those. I hold those as well sometimes, hoping to get back to it during the winter, but it's a way that women wherever you are can gather in these spaces. So that is like my history lesson for this morning, but I really wanted to speak that into the space for those that aren't familiar. And if you are familiar, maybe just hearing me speak about how powerful this medicine is that we're all holding and all co-creating together, it can just kind of be that, like that little hug to your heart, like, okay, yeah, I found medicine that really resonates with me. And if it doesn't, and you want to talk about why it doesn't, and you have resistance to it because of wounding around your relationships with other women or around being vulnerable, like let's talk, I hold one-to-one spaces and specifically around the sister wound quite frequently, working with sisters to kind of move through that and hold that with love. But I'm here to talk. So anyways, that's a little bit about that. And so I hope that answers the question to the beautiful sister that asked the other day about what is circle. That and so much more is a circle. Let's see. Casey has a question. Good morning. You love camping, never done yoga, and definitely not very physical. Could I still get with you all? Absolutely. So I don't know specifically what you're referencing. I know that I mentioned the yoga festival because I was kind of talking about, just that this is a global sisterhood space and there's things happening all over. But I referenced the Grand Strand a lot. But recently I was in Virginia. So with that, at the yoga festival, there were classes for all mobility spectrums, I guess I would say. Everything from simply just like lying down and receiving in Shavasana to chair yoga they had, to very difficult poses to beginner yoga. I mean, they had everything there. So that's that. And when it comes to things that are offered through her sacred circle and the spaces that I create and co-create, Absolutely. There are things that we do. There's not always movement in circle, and sometimes it's something as simple as like being seated and just maybe like swirling our hips, or like maybe we're shaking our bodies a little bit. Every once in a while I'll weave in like a mini yoga class into circle, but actually I haven't done that in a while, so shout out to the yoga teachers in here. If you want to co-facilitate a circle with me, weave in some yoga, maybe let's get that happening over the next few months. But circles for everyone. If you need to come to a circle and sit in a beach chair, if you need to stand, if you want to sit on the sand like some of us do, like do it. Monthly circles that are here at the beach, I hold on the beach. And then there is a full moon gathering that I do with Sea Yoga. And that is in like a wooded forest area in Conway called Mindful Journey Academy. I'll speak to that later. But all of that is open to everyone, right? Every kind of experience, every kind of mobility, everyone. Everyone. If the call of sisterhood is speaking to you, it is for you. If you have specific questions, Casey, it might be Cassie, but I think it's Casey, message me. When is your next circle and where is the calendar? Yes. Okay. So that's what I'm here to talk about here live now. And if you're catching the replay, drop replay. I'll come back and chat with you, especially if you have questions, please drop them. In the group at the very top, there is an area called featured pins. It should also show up as a tab at the top of the group. You can click on featured pins, and every month you'll find the calendar in there. I also tried to pin the calendar to the very top of the group for ease of reference. So that's one way to access it. If you're on my email list, if you're not, drop your email or message me, I'll add you. I'm super late on the monthly email this month, but hey, I'm having grace with myself. It was interesting. Yoga festival, and then went right into my son's 10th birthday. So, and then we started homeschool co-op. So it's been an adventure in September, but typically I send out an email at the beginning of the month, like my monthly newsletter. That will also include the calendar and event links to different things. My website, 𝐻𝐿sacredcircle.com, will have my calendar. I'm going to be much more consistent with that every month. And then the public Facebook page or Instagram. So Her Sacred Circle on Instagram, or Her Sacred Circle on Facebook. Like outside of this group, there's a public page. Those also have the calendars. So you can click on the calendar image and it'll show you everything that's happening. There tends to be Facebook event pages for things that are happening. And then you can always email or message me if you have specific questions. So let's get into the calendar. And then I think I'll share the card that I pulled at the end. So if you stick around, just know there's going to be a card message. And again, as I share things, if there's any questions, let me know. Casey, I see your email, so I'll get you added to that today. Again, if you have any questions about anything, shoot me a message. Hi, Lena. Hi, Macy. Oh, hi, Alyssa. I was referencing you earlier, my love. Alyssa joined me at Yoga Jam and had a life-changing experience. So did one of our sisters, Lorraine. So if that speaks to you, if you want to come festival hop with me, I have such a passion for it. I'm putting a call out to facilitate more circles at more festivals and retreats outside of this area as well. I'm involved with festivals in this area. So if that speaks to your heart, you are my people, and we can talk more. Okay, so let's get to September. So we've already moved through a little bit of the month. And obviously I had Yoga Jam at the beginning of the month, which I referenced. So thank you to, I know there's some sisters in here that are involved with Yoga Jam. Just thank you for that incredible experience and opportunity. It was truly beautiful. And then it came home and moved right into what would have been our last surf and circle. So if you've been kind of watching my journey with really being called back to the water, I've been seeing the sunrises almost every morning out at the ocean. I've been learning to surf. I'm diving into water priestess arts. I'm connecting with my ancestral lineage from Ireland, in the land of the holy wells. There's been so much coming through around the medicine of water. I'm reading a lot of Dr. Emoto's work, if you know anything about his work and with the scientific studies he has done around water, having memory and changing form based on how we speak to it and interact with it. So much more coming around that, but a piece of that journey has been the surfing. And so I linked up with this incredible team of professional surfers, and they own 𝐋𝐄𝐓'𝐒 Surf Camp. They also do paddle boarding adventures, but we did two or three surf and circles. And so what it was a group surf lesson followed by a sister circle to really reflect on what the ocean taught us that day. We were doing them in the morning. Absolutely just incredible. I want to use the word life-changing type experience. Just a way to connect with your soul, to connect with nature, and to connect in sisterhood in a deep, deep way. And so those have been so beautiful and so fulfilling. And I'm happy to say that we are going to continue those next season. We're kind of getting into, I don't even want to speak the H word, the hurricane word into this space. But if you live at the beach, we're kind of in that space where weather's a little funny. So on Saturday, this past Saturday, we actually had to cancel our surf and circle due to the storms in the morning. Ended up being gorgeous in the afternoon. Thus is life here at the beach sometimes. But we're going to do them again next season, and we're going to start earlier in the season. And even if you've done a lesson, I was talking to the guys, and Brandon, one of the owners, feels really passionate about soul surfing, which is kind of my deep connection to it as well, is this opportunity to just learn those soul lessons while you're connecting deeply with the ocean. And so he has ways to not just do beginner lessons, but if we want to journey together, monthly, if you come back, it won't be the same kind of lesson. He's going to teach different techniques. He's going to teach us ways to work and understand the water. And so it's going to be a deeper dive. I have a vision for kind of a water-focused retreat at some point during the summer, maybe some day retreats with them. So if that's something that speaks to you, let me know. Drop surf and circle or a little surfer emoji, and I can get you more information as those things come on board. So definitely have more plans with them. Hi, Nina. Hi, Joanne, Paige, Mindy. Yes. Hello. So that was on Saturday. And then every month journal prompts hit this group. So there will be a journal prompt. I'll probably get those in today. I intended on doing them Sunday, but I got a whole house of children that are not feeling so well. So that kind of took the back burner, the journal prompts, but I'll get those to you. And then what else do we have happening? Let's see. Let me pull up my calendar so that way I'm not doing it all by memory. Okay, on Thursday, this Thursday, the 14th, every month I do a goddess chat. That's what I was referencing at the beginning of this call, a goddess chat. And it's an opportunity to interview. I don't like the word interview necessarily, I guess just be in conversation and learn more about a sister in this space. Like as I mentioned earlier, there are so many incredible sisters in this community that offer such medicine, that have such unique stories. All of us have a story to share. And so I want to be a bridge for that and let everyone in this space get to know some of these incredible women. So one, if that speaks to you and you want to be a guest, email me, let's talk. And two, this Thursday at 10 a.m., I am going to be chatting with my dear friend. She actually did the hand fasting ceremony for my husband and I, and we've held so many spaces together. We're about to do a retreat series together called Elemental. But Allison McKellar-Clardy of Magic Room Ministries. If you know her, you love her. She is a powerful, rooted, wise medicine mama, and she's going to share her story, her very unique and colorful life story with us, share some of the medicine that she's here on this planet to share, and I'm sure we'll laugh a lot, and it'll be a good time. So those happen at 10. It's going to happen at 10 a.m. on Thursday. If you can't catch it live, there's a recording, and it'll also be up on my YouTube channel, which is just Her Sacred Circle if you search for it on YouTube. Then let's fast forward. I didn't mention this because we're already past Monday, but every Monday on Zoom, one of our sisters, Lauren Calloway, who is a life and business coach, yoga teacher, sound healer, aromatherapy practitioner, Reiki practitioner, like all of the things. This woman wears so many hats, has the goal of running for president. So you'll hear her speak on so many different topics, podcaster as well. The list goes on and on. But every Monday she offers Motivation Monday, and it's at 8:30 on Zoom. I think it's a free offering, maybe donation. I would assume donations are welcome. But it's a pretty quick opportunity to connect with others who are diving into their work week, or even just into their week, open to everyone. And to get really clear, like, what are my tasks for this week that I want to focus on? What are my goals and my visions? She offers like some connection to body and breath. And it's just a really beautiful way to like set the tone for your weekdays ahead. So those are on Mondays. You'll see those on the calendars, called Motivation Monday. Then on the 21st, we have our Soul Tea with V. So Vanessa Perry is an intuitive counselor in this space. I know she holds private space for a lot of the sisters here. She's highly, highly recommended by so many of us. And she does a free offering here inside the Goddess Collective called Soul Tea with V. So it is under the umbrella of mental health, mental wellness, spiritual topics often come into play. Everything really comes into play in these conversations. It's very conversation based. So whoever, there is a kind of a topic that she'll have, but whoever's in that space and kind of activates that conversation, that's where it goes. And the medicine is deep in those spaces. So again, if you can't catch it live, there's the recording. They're always stored in the guide section of this group. But that's going to be on the 21st at 11:30, Soul Tea with a V. So if you see that on the calendar, that's what that is. Also on the 21st, I will be unplugging from this space because finally we have reached September and our Rewild Women's Retreat is happening. So that's taking place the 21st through the 24th. I co-facilitate that retreat with Lauren Calloway. Allison McKellar-Clardy, who I mentioned, is one of our as a co-facilitator. She holds a lot of space. She's doing an animal spirit workshop. She's doing an animal spirit mass crafting experience. And an incredible activation on one of our fire circles. So she'll be out there with us. We have another guest facilitator, Stevie Goggins, who maybe you've seen in this space. She was my goddess chat from last month. She's going to be doing a cacao ceremony and kirtan out there with us. We have Grace Ayana with Sacred Circus, who is such an artist in all of the ways. And she's going to be doing a live DJ set during our ecstatic dance on Saturday. And it happens at River Island Adventure, which is here in the Longs, South Carolina area, right on the Waccamaw River. 4 days, 3 nights of camping under the stars in the woods by the river. Oh, so good. So that's coming up. And so you'll see it really big on the calendar because I am pumped about that. If you didn't get in for this year and you want to go next year, drop Rewild and I'll make sure to add you to the info list. It tends to be the end of September every month. So, I mean, every year. Wish it was every month, but it's a lot of work. So I don't know about that. We do have plans for smaller, like maybe weekend camping trip, pop-up experiences, like little Rewild things here and there. So in different areas. So stay tuned for that. Okay, and then Sister Circle. Someone had asked, when is the Sister Circle this month in the Grand Strand? So this month it's going to be on the 27th. So Wednesday the 27th at 6:30. These circles are on the beach. They are at Nash Street Beach Access, which is right down Spring Bay Boulevard. I will be sharing the topic for that circle here soon. So you'll see that Facebook page pop up today, tomorrow. But it's the 27th. And if you've never sat in circle, I invite you to give it a try. The first one's always the hardest one to get to. After that, you just want to keep coming. It's just that deep exhale and walk out onto the beach and you've got it. You'll be in a space where you are seen and heard and supported and held. And it's life-changing. It is life-changing. So when I spoke to Circle earlier on this video or on this live, if that hit your heartstrings in any way, come join us on the 27th. And again, if you're in a different area and you want to know about Circle, drop where you are and I'll try to find you a circle in your area, or let's bring one. Then wrapping up the month on the 29th is the full moon gathering that I mentioned that happens every month. So this one is open to men, women, children, even puppies. And it's our full moon gathering with C Yoga. So Chelsea is the owner of C Yoga. She is on maternity leave right now. So just beaming Chelsea and her daughter Malo with so much love. So Stevie Goggins, who I referenced earlier, will be joining me as the co-facilitator of that experience. It's a yoga class. I open us up in a meditation. Typically there's some sort of ceremonial or kind of community building aspect in it. Sometimes we do Reiki at the end. And then of course, lots of yoga. It's outside at Mindful Journey Academy, which is a nature-based school in the area run by one of our sisters, Marie Hall. Truly incredible space. Check them out on Facebook. Incredible land. Our coalescent circles happen out there as well. The elemental retreat that Alice and I are doing happens out there as well. Beautiful event space. I know she's open to others doing things out there. So if you're looking for like an enchanted forest area close to the beach, reach out to her. So yeah, so that's September. So much is happening. I am excited about, the rest of this month. It was a little quieter at the beginning of the month because I knew I was going to be traveling and I had my son's birthday and kind of starting the homeschool journey with the kiddos and homeschool co-op and all of that. So a little slower of a start when it comes to events, but it's definitely ramping up. Lots of medicine coming. If you have any questions about anything, certainly let me know. I'm just going to double check the comments. See, I also have a ukulele and a shaman drum that I would like to donate as well. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Let's talk. Let's talk. Thank you. That's awesome. That's so awesome. message me and we can talk more about what that looks like. And I would love just to connect deeper with you and just kind of feel into this call that you're having to come sit in circle with us. So I love it. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad you were on this live. Yeah, shoot me a message. And if not, when I hop off, I'll shoot you one as well. On that note, if you ever feel called to donate anything towards Her Sacred Circle for these experiences that we're doing, for the retreat we're seeking sponsors. So if there's something that you want to contribute, be it a giveaway prize or sponsoring a meal or different things like that to showcase your business, services, or products, that's always open. So just know that Rewild's coming up. I'm collecting sponsorships and donations for that through the 19th. When it comes to Her Sacred Circle, if you feel called to donate something to contribute to these spaces, instruments, as Casey mentioned, ceremonial items, tapestries, floor pillows, anything like that, it would be so welcomed. It's such a co-creative space, and the circles themselves are very, a co-creative experience. But when it comes to a lot of the back end stuff, the marketing, the planning, and the actual executing of creating the physical space, that is typically me, kind of flying solo. If I have a co-facilitator, sometimes they'll bring things as well. So any sort of contribution is more than welcomed and appreciated. And I will lean into my feminine and receive for sure, because I feel really passionate about being able to continue to hold these spaces and in a way that feels just like beautiful and nourishing and at a depth that you all deserve, right? That kind of space is what we're talking about. So my mama's on here. Hi, Martha. Hi, Mimi. Hi, mama. Honoring the lineage there. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just gave shout outs to everyone else. So if you just joined, let me know where in the world you are, how you're doing. Let's see. I think that's everything for this month. If you want to know how to work with me in other ways, I do salt and soul sessions at a salt room here in the area. It's a beautiful salt spa called Salt and Detox Oasis. Check them out on Facebook. If you're interested in those, you can message me. I'm trying to find this card deck so we can pull our cards. I'm trying to think anything else. I have spaces for a few one-to-ones this month. I do virtual and in-person mentorships, also the Salt and Souls, as I mentioned, and then private circles and ceremonies. So you may have seen photos of, I mentioned Chelsea just had her little girl. I did a rite of passage circle for her. So I did a mother circle before she had Mala, and it was really beautiful just to bring all of her closest friends together to hold a really special ceremony and circle for her, kind of honoring that moment in time. I've done several of those. If you're going to get married, or gosh, if you recently got divorced, if you're moving through a big rite of passage, crossing a threshold in your life, like let's talk about it. If it's a birthday, things like that. So you'll be seeing more about that. I always not forget, but I just don't talk about it a lot. I get so passionate about, holding this space and being the bridge that I sometimes forget to talk to people unless I see you on the regular, that I do these things. So I will share about them more. I've been encouraged to do so. So I'm trying to hold myself accountable and actually speak the things that I do into spaces, because I know you have to be seen to serve. So there's a little bit of that. All right, so let's get to the card for this month that we can kind of hold and feel into. The deck I'm pulling from, I always like to support the local sisters in this community. And this is definitely that. This deck is called the Wisdom of Women Goddess deck. And so, excuse the nails. My daughter painted my nails pink the other day. She's 3. But anyways, Nancy Weiss is the kind of the designer and the keeper of these incredible oracle decks, and she puts them all together. And this was an invitation for several women within the Grand Strand and outside of it. She invited some of us to create cards, so to design this picture kind of based on our likeness, and to write a card for this deck. And it's so cool to just hear all of this wisdom from all of these different women. So today's card that came through is Infinite Power. See, my ringlight's a little funny. I'll post this in the comments as well. If you hear my 3-year-old in the background, no worries, she's fine. She's playing with her siblings right now. We homeschool, so adventures in the school of life. Infinite Power, and this is our sister Penny. So let us see what came through with this message today. So just take a deep breath, deep inhale through your nose, straightening the spine, opening the heart, expanding the belly, and then exhale out through the mouth. We'll just do that twice more to really open ourselves to receive whatever message is meant for us this month. Deep inhale. Let it go. And one more time, breathing in, open to receive. Infinite power. Within each of us lies infinite power. By connecting to the source within, we connect to the source of all. That connection is and always has been in the energy of our being, our soul, and all that is. Our own consciousness limits its access. Our thoughts and beliefs, both individually and collectively, can open us to possibilities or close them off. Every moment contains endless possibilities. By tapping into that infinite source, we access its power. Power is a force, but is not to be forced. Power is strength, but there is strength in silence. As with light, it simply shines. Power is eternal, softly yet strongly present, waiting for us to open the door to oneness. We are all. All is us. Love is power. Love is the key. Yes, ma'am, Penny. Oof, I'm feeling into that one. The affirmation that comes with this card, and I'll post these in the comments too. My consciousness is open to infinite possibilities. I recognize the endless source of my power within, which connects me to the power of all. There is nothing beyond my reach. Anything is possible. There are no limitations. My power finds its strength in love. And then there is a journal prompt here. How am I limiting my power? Am I giving over my power to others? Am I using my power for loving purposes? Show me how to access the infinite power within me. So that is the invitation for September, my sisters, accessing and remembering the infinite power within you. Circle is a beautiful way to have people reflect that and to remember it yourself. So if there is a circle that you can get to, I highly encourage you to lean in to that space. If you feel like circle is not available for you or does not align in the moment, then I invite you in any moment to close your eyes and connect to your heart, or connect to your heart in your womb space. Even if you don't have the physical womb, just right below your belly button, that space of like that cosmic portal, creative energy space, rebirth ideas and passions into this world. So connecting, just breathing into your heart and to your womb space. And just feeling that power. Yes, yes, yes. Love it. Thank you for that. Thank you for those that joined. Just double checking. Yes. Okay. I forgot to mention this. I want to mention it because I just saw someone text me about it. Okay. So I'm rocking some incredible things right now, and I have to shout out. I'm always about shouting out the sisters in this community. I feel like part of my life's mission is to be a cheerleader for the badassery of all of you. Okay. So these earrings are by Anita Hodges. They're incredible and they have feathers. And then I don't know if you can see my tie-dye dress. Let's see. I have to show a picture or something. It's incredible. I wore it at Yoga Jam. But Anita Hodges is with Dead Chick Dying. You can find her on Instagram. You can, I think you can find her on Facebook. Anita Hodges is here in the space, so you can find her personal Facebook for sure. And she's also at Two Blondes and a Moonchild in the North Myrtle Beach area. Wearable art, like that's all I'm gonna say. Custom, upcycled wearable art. It's incredible. So shout out to her. I'm so glad you guys mentioned that. And then also I'm rocking, I love that I'm like rocking all the goddess stuff today. I am wearing this incredible, I spoke to the water medicine earlier. This is a mermaid necklace. My husband gifted it to me, and I was like so excited. But Twisted Goddess Crystal, Sarah Nicole, who shares in here all the time, a lot of astrology stuff. She's also an incredible maker and creatress. And this is her mermaid necklace. Take that in. Oh my gosh. I'm just like in all the mermaid vibes today. I went and sat at the beach for the sunrise and like felt my mermaid essence. Like I think I was connecting to past lifetimes. It was really incredible. Maybe I'll share some of my journaling that I did this morning into the group later. But then this is also some sea glass that she actually gifted me. So I'm really excited. I got all my all my water stuff on. Let's see if I have any other goddesses on me today. I do. And then this is, let's see. I don't know if you can see the letter bracelets I'm wearing, but that's beautifully broken, and that's Britt Ayers, and she's one of our sisters too. So I love that someone brought that up so I can be like, yes, all of these sisters are so incredible. That's a reminder that on Tuesdays here in the group, you can check out the community over competition post, and it's all about sharing products and services that all of you offer. Like, it's a space for you to share what you do. I would love nothing more if we just kept exchanging our energy with each other and supporting each other's dreams and visions. I think it's so beautiful and can be a really magical part of sisterhood. So those Tuesday threads are a beautiful place to, one, share what you offer with the world, and then also go in there. Like, if you're shopping for holidays or birthdays or for yourself, if you're seeking, different healing modalities, there are so many incredible women, sisters that are in this space. Check it out. And then on Fridays, every Friday, there's a freebie Friday post. So if you have a tip, if you have a gift, if you have a song you want to share, if there's a free event coming up, that's the space for that. If there are other things you want to see in this space, we used to do some live yoga classes. If you're a yoga teacher, want to offer, a yoga class here in the space virtually. If there's a topic that you want to see me cover in a workshop or a chat, if there is some sort of healing modality you'd like to see woven in and shared into this space, please reach out to me, hersacredcircle@gmail.com. I'll try to drop a couple of Google forms here as I start kind of diving into just continuing to deepen this space and grow this space together with all of you. So always appreciate feedback. All right, loves, I think that's it for this morning. I'm glad we were able to get in here and chat today. I hope you're doing incredible. I hope that you remember your infinite power, and I hope you lean into and continue to lean into the medicine that is sisterhood. All right, so much love. Bye.